is not a place for those accustomed to victory. This is a land where nature offers no second chances. The rainforest stretches without order or symmetry. Rivers do not simply pass through the land, they tear the forest apart, shift with the seasons, then vanish, leaving behind silent fields of dead mud. Light does not fall directly from the sky to the ground. It is shattered by the canopy into fragments enough to see, but never enough to feel safe. In Papua, every creature carries a clear instinct, but that instinct only works when the creature stands where it was meant to exist. A predator dominant on dry ground can become clumsy after a single step into mud. A ruler of the water turns slow the moment it is dragged onto dry land. And in the deep rainforest, where space is compressed and movement is restricted, speed and mass are no longer advantages, they become burdens. The survival chain of Papua is not a quest for power. It is a sequence of very small miscalculations, and the price is always total extinction. Morning slips into the lowland forests of Papua with a pale, cold light. Mist settles across the riverbank mud, turning the ground into a fractured mirror, reflecting a dull gray sky. The cassowary emerges from the undergrowth, tall, heavy-bodied, neck held upright, every step deliberate and grounded. This is a species that does not retreat when threatened. On solid ground, the cassowary is a living storm, fast, aggressive, and capable of lethal strikes, with legs armed by crescent-shaped claws. But this mudflat is not fully land. The cassowary moves closer to the water's edge in search of fallen fruit. Each step causes the mud to shift, sending vibrations outward far beyond the cassowary's awareness. Beneath the murky surface, the crocodile has been waiting since before sunrise. No movement, no conventional observation. The crocodile does not hunt with sight, it hunts with absolute patience. The moment the cassowary lowers its neck, the water explodes. The crocodile's jaws snap upward like a steel trap, locking onto the rear leg. The cassowary's entire body weight is instantly pulled off balance. The cassowary reacts immediately. Powerful kicks strike again and again, fueled by pure muscle. Claws slice through the air, slamming into the water. But mud absorbs force. Water destroys momentum. The crocodile twists its body and drags the cassowary deeper toward a place where solid ground no longer exists. Cassowary continues to struggle in desperation, but with every passing second, the ground grows more distant. This is no longer a contest of strength, this is a battle of environment. Water presses the cassowary downward. Legs that were once weapons become useless without footing. Each kick weakens not from lack of power, but from the absence of space to deliver it. The crocodile does not rush. It holds firm, rotating slowly, letting water and mass finish the work. The river's surface closes. Sound disappears. The muddy riverbank returns to silence, as if nothing ever happened. The cassowary does not lose because it is weak. It loses because it crossed the wrong boundary. The crocodile wins, but this victory exists only as long as water remains beneath its body. The survival chain continues as the victor is forced to leave the place where it is strongest. The sun climbs higher. Water retreats from the riverbank, exposing cracked, drying mud. The crocodile crawls onto the open ground to bask. Its massive body moves more slowly now, each joint heavier than it was in water. The jaws remain deadly, but the speed is gone. From the leaf litter at the forest edge, the monitor lizard appears, low to the ground, long-bodied, pressed close to the earth. Its eyes never leave the crocodile, but it does not charge. The monitor lizard does not hunt through direct force. It hunts through the opponent's margin of error. Wide circling movements, long pauses, just enough to disrupt the crocodile's focus. A sudden lunge bite retreat, no holding, no reckless commitment. The crocodile turns to counterattack, but dry ground makes every movement heavy. Each rotation is slower by a fraction of a second, a fraction the monitor lizard exploits every time. This fight does not explode. It drains, stretches, and steadily erodes the crocodile's advantage. The monitor lizard continues to inflict small but constant damage. Eyes, neck, hind joints. The crocodile fights back, but each reaction costs more energy than the last. The heat dries the body. There is no water left to support it. A deep bite lands behind the jaw where the skin is thinnest and reflexes weakest. The crocodile collapses onto the mud, not in a violent instant, but in slow, crushing inevitability. The monitor lizard wins, not through overwhelming strength, but through perfect timing and correct terrain. Yet this victory drives it deeper into the forest where the ground no longer offers space. The forest thickens with every meter. Light fades. Space contracts. The monitor lizard slows. Its long body becomes harder to maneuver. Speed loses its advantage. The Papuan python has been there all along, coiled around fallen roots, nearly indistinguishable from shadow. The moment the monitor lizard enters a narrow passage, the coils close. No bite, no immediate crush. The Papuan python tightens with each breath. Every struggle only strengthens the hold. The forest offers no room for escape. Each movement shortens the breath. The Papuan python does not need explosive power, only time. When resistance finally stops, the rainforest returns to its natural state, silent and wet. The survival chain ends not with a roar, but with quiet disappearance. Papua does not choose the strongest. Papua chooses the one that truly belongs here.